Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Hope you like my new glasses. Age, hey? Age. What do you get? Guys, I've been contemplating for a few months if I should do another video, because I did one about a few years ago where I shared across LinkedIn and Facebook around my journey of going through a divorce. And I thought, if I can help somebody or a few people who are maybe going through this or at different stages of going through a divorce, I wanted to share a little bit about my journey and see if it helps people. But before we get into that, because it's going to be a bit of a DM today, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and leave any comments. Particularly leave the comments, because I want to know if you're going through this, and more than happy to respond back or DM me if you like as well, particularly across other platforms if you want to do that. So hopefully you've hit subscribe, and let's get into it. So divorce, let me start by saying, as the title says, divorce is not a cancer. You're not a failure when you go through a divorce or you separate yourself from a long-term relationship. It doesn't make you any less of a person. So let's just get that across the line, and let's not kid anybody. But let's be honest, it's bloody difficult when you go through something like this. Now, my journey goes back 7 years ago when I went through it. So time has helped heal a lot of those wounds and helped me become more positive and more grateful for everything that I have every single day. But everybody's at a different journey, and that's why I wanted to do this video. So I wanted to cover off a few topics today, and let's start by talking about money when it comes to a divorce. It's sometimes it can be the biggest factor of marriage breakdowns, is the financial aspect of a relationship. But listen, if you've got to the point where you're separating, it's going to take months. Don't kid yourself that you're going to wipe everything clear within a couple of weeks. It could take a year, even a couple of years, to get through all the financial aspects and being able to split everything. All I ask is that when you do that, is look at it from as much as you can do. And I don't have, these glasses aren't rose tinted, right? So I get it's not from a perspective where everything's all sunshine and rainbows and you're going to go, hey, here's 50-50, let's split and walk away and everyone's going to play happy families. There's situations that happens, and there's situations that it doesn't. But I think if you're trying to see the other person, if you've lived with somebody for so long and have had a partnership, you know that person. So if you try and take that emotional aspect away from it and look from it from an aspect of living in regards to financial means from each of yourself and the other person, particularly if there's children involved, and I want to get to that topic, don't worry, I'm not missing out on kids. I think it makes it a little bit easier to digest the financial aspect from a divorce, but it's hard. That shit is hard. Mine was difficult, but I looked at it from the aspect or the avenue that everything that I wanted to do for my children. And if you have children and you go through a divorce, there's so many other challenges that you need to overcome, and feelings and emotions obviously play a huge part. But listen, if you don't have children and you're in that financial aspect, I mean, you still want somebody to struggle more than you, or vice versa. So I think there's sometimes a compromise. If there's not, there's always a legal system that's going to help out and step in and play mediator if need be. But each person to their own on that one. Let's go on to children in divorce. Okay, so before I talk about children going through divorce, hopefully you're in. Listen, if you're watching, hopefully this resonates with you. If you're going through this, well, so many people have, so you're not alone. But again, if you're enjoying it, hit subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what the experiences are, but don't be afraid, because you're not alone on that. You don't have to hide underneath the table for months and years on end. Get out there. You've learned so much from an experience of living with somebody. Turn those experiences around and become a better person, either for yourself or for your children, whatever it may be, or your new partner. Become better. And that's what experiences are all about, whether it's a marriage, business, life, whatever it may be. But I want to talk about children and going through a divorce. Now, I wanted to share a little bit about my journey on this one. And again, 7 years ago when my marriage separated, that part was really, really tough. Really tough. And it wasn't, the emotional aspect from the marriage falling apart, but I think what hit me the most and what got me scouring underneath the kitchen table for months was that guilt factor, because I loved my two daughters and spending time with them every single day for the youngest was 6 and the eldest was just on 10. So for the first 6 and 10 years of their life, I was with them every minute, every day, every week. So when all of a sudden you stop that and you only see them for 40, 50% of the time, that's hard. That again, this is as real as I possibly can be. That shit took a toll, and that took a toll on my work, on my personal life, obviously. But I looked at it in the sense that I needed to make it as normal and as possible as I can for these kids to continue moving forward. And thank God my two children, my two girls are strong women now. One's coming up to 14, the other one's almost 18, but God damn, I am so grateful to have strong women, and a credit to their mother as well, raising them with me over the last 7 years. Listen, that always hasn't been easy, but co-parenting plays a critical role, and I think we've done a decent job over the last 7 years when we've been separated to raise and co-parent our two children, and they're both, wow, God, I can't even put into words how proud I am of both of them. Both of them are adaptable, they're resilient, which I love, and they're independent women, right? They're growing up to be these strong, independent women, which is all I wanted. And my ex-wife was a strong-willed woman as well. So I'm glad they pulled that trait from their mother, and they've got so many other strong women around them that bounces off them. And I think if you can keep that circle of influence around them as much as you possibly can do, your children will feed off that, particularly if they're young. So my partner, again, her family, herself, all strong women. My mother, my grandmother, all strong women. My ex-mother-in-law, strong-willed women. These are all independent women, which I love my children hanging around. So whether it's their nonna that they're hanging around, their big nonna that they're hanging around, their other grandmother, my partner's mum, it's all positive for them, and I love that. So what I'm trying to say on that aspect, if you have children, I think regardless what age they are, as long as they're not adult children and they're off doing their own thing, is try and surround them with those positive people as much as you can do. So obviously it's going to be yourself, but other family members, other friends, get them in there and get that circle tight for them, and it makes a huge difference. But again, you need to bring it. I'm a realist, right? That stuff is tough. It's tough, and you're going to go through those days where I can't do it, or you're going to run through 3 or 4 boxes of tissues because you're bawling your eyes out. God, I bloody did. But communicate, right? It sounds easy, but you're not alone. Ring those people and get through it, and that's what you'll need to do. The last part of it, so we touched a little bit on the finances, even that's a hard thing for me to discuss because each relationship is different when it comes to those financial requirements. Hopefully the part around the children, listen, if you've got kids around that, just be there for them. That's the most easiest way for me to explain it. Be there for them and support them in anything. But whenever they're there, make sure that you're there. If they need you, make sure you're there. Even if it's a simple video call, make sure you're there. And lastly, this one is, I don't know if it's easier said than done, but time. Right? I always look at time as using it as a best friend, in the sense that it's going to help you get through those shit days It's going to help you get through those challenges, and it will make things better. And your best friend should do that for you. So if your time's your best friend, understand that, yeah, it's difficult, but on those crappy days that you're having, or those crappy nights, or those lonely nights, whatever they may be, try and just, even if it's for 1 second, understand and realize that it's going to be different tomorrow, it's going to be different next week, or I can ring somebody that, do you know what, in 6 months that will be different. And just try and even cast your mind back to help you on a different challenging time that you've had in your life, that whether it was 5, 6, 7 years ago, hopefully you've got through that and you feel different about it. And that's really helped me get through, particularly the first 12 months of going through the divorce. But again, I've trained my mind that way, and if you can learn to train your mind in that aspect, that when shit hits the fan in any situation, you understand that you're not going to feel the same way that you do at that moment in a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks' time. So it's all around that. But lastly, guys, before I leave you today, listen, if you're watching all the way up until this point in time, and you have hit subscribe, it's all because this has resonated with you. So thank you, and you're not alone. I'm opening it up as well. If you're going through this and you're having feelings that it's crap and you're not going to get through it, you can feel free to message me. You can go on my other social platforms, and my email address is on there publicly for everybody to grab. You're more than welcome to shoot me an email. If it's about this video, you'll definitely get a response. But listen, I'm no accountant, or I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to give advice on that aspect. But lending an ear to somebody who's gone through something with you and understands those feelings, I think plays a huge part in getting through anything. So guys, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an aspect. Again, divorce is not a cancer. It's not a terminal illness. You'll get over it, and you'll move forward in your life, and you'll learn stuff, and you'll learn things from it where you can implement and become bigger, better, more positive and happier. So it doesn't matter how dark the times may be at the moment, it'll get better. Trust me, I've been through it. All right, talking from experience, not talking from throwing fairy dust in the air and making things up. It's as real as I can do. It's a bit choky as well. Guys, thank you very much, wherever you may be. Stay strong, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.